I got started about 10 years ago down at the Hollandwood School. Wilfred Wheatley and Colin Young had a little class down there, and I went down with a friend, and we got interested in it, and I started there, and from there I was looking, after I got the duck done and painted, a friend of mine and I, we went looking for more instruction, and the community college had a program down in Marine City with Mickey Brazel as their instructor for 10 weeks, and I went down there and took that course. And it was a continuing thing through the fall and the winter, and I took 2 or 3 courses from him. And he's a very good instructor, and lo and behold, 3 or 4 of us went to a show, and we made the first mistake. We all got ribbons. So, well, now we're professionals. We're going to get really into this thing. And the farther along you go in carving, the more instruction you need, and there's always good instructors in this area. There's more world-class carvers in this area than any place I know of. There used to be Mickey Brazel and Chuck Christie and Joy Yax is still here, and they're always free with information. I mean, anything you ask them, they're willing to help. And I took a few private lessons from Mickey on bills, because the bill isn't correct, the duck isn't correct. And that's about how I got started. You win a few ribbons, maybe an honorable mention or first, second, or third place, and it gets your interest up. And it takes a lot of reference, a lot of tools, and anybody can carve. It isn't some God-given talent, I don't think. It's just practice. It takes a lot of time, and if you got the time and the patience, you can do it. This is going to be a great film of epic proportions, practically no money at all spent on it. But this is a bufflehead drake. It won 3rd place in Cleveland, Ohio in April of '93. It's a nice drake. There was about, I'd say 30 bufflehead entries, and it took 3rd place. Okay, here we have an Arctic loon. It won 1st place in the loon division and 2nd place, best of all, of the confidence class at Westlake, Ohio. It's a nice bird. It's an Arctic loon. It's similar to a common loon, other than the gray on the back of the head. The back detail of it is about the same as a regular common loon, other than the shape of the head, and the bill's a little bit shorter. Okay, here we have a Canada goose who has won several firsts, but the red ribbon here is the 2nd place from down in Cleveland, Ohio on the '93 circuit. I think it's a very nice goose. It's full size, and like I say, it's won several 1st place ribbons along with this 2nd. Okay, here we have another loon. It's in the confidence class. This bird here I made a couple of years ago, which won many 1st place ribbons. I'm kind of proud of that fact. And the confidence class consists of loons, grebes, seagulls, and that sort of thing. The geese are in a class of their own. And while I'm turning this, I could tell you that the first bird on this film was a bufflehead drake, which is a diver class. A very busy bird. You'll find that bird and the golden eyes will be doing nothing but diving all the time, searching for food. Okay, here we have a bufflehead hen. It's a nice little bird. I did this 2 years ago, and it won many 1st place ribbons. It's a diver class bird. It'd be the female to the male that was first on here. These are decoys, of course. They have to float in a tank. They put them in the tank upside down. They have to right themselves and then float in the water like a real duck. That's a jaunty little bird in the water. It's a nice little bufflehead hen. Okay, here we have a mallard drake. It's in the puddle duck class or marsh duck class. It's a real popular duck around here. Most people would recognize it. In fact, I have two in my front yard. I have a hen and a drake that come up and eat under the bird feeder. And they're very pretty. They're a marsh duck class. This one here I did about a year ago. I showed it quite a few places. I've won ribbons with it. In fact, not that I'm bragging, but pretty much all the ducks you see here I've all ribboned out, or I wouldn't keep them. Okay, here we have a bluebill hen. It's a nice little bird. We'll have the drake coming up here a little bit later. It looks like it's all brown, but really it isn't. There's quite a few colors to this bird. You'll see a lot of these birds down around St. John's Marsh and places like that. Okay, here again we have a bufflehead drake. It's shaped a little different in the head than the other one was. The other bird was more or less relaxed. This one here happens to be a little more alert with the head up a little bit. This bird I carved about a year ago, and I've showed it several shows. Did well. Okay, here we have a ruddy duck. It's a diver duck, and it's probably one of the deepest divers of all the divers. It's a jaunty little thing, and it's painted in the breeding plumage, or the mating time of the year. Any other time this bird wouldn't be as cute. He'd be more or less dull, like the hen is most of the time. But the one time of the year, this bird during the mating season, it's all dressed up, and that's what he looks like. Okay, this is a marsh duck. It's a green-winged teal in a real relaxed position. I like this position for a duck, but of course I'm not a judge, and so you have to kind of go with the judges like. But this bird I've entered in several contests, and it's done well. Incidentally, these birds are all made out of basswood, and these birds here are all painted with acrylics, carved. We use study bills and things like that. This is a golden-eye hen. Real nice bird. It's got many colors in it. Looks kind of like it's gray and brown, but it's a diver bird. And it like the bufflehead, is a busy bird. They get out there in Lake Huron or wherever they're at, and they just up and down, diving all the time. Of course, it's basswood. It's a hen. And I've showed it many times. It's one of my collection now. Okay, here we have a merganser hen, common merganser hen. It's a nice bird. It's fun to carve. It's a diver, or however you want to put it. It's in the miscellaneous class, usually when we show them. And all these patterns, these ducks are all done from patterns that are Mickey Brazil's. Mickey was my instructor when I started, and I still use him. He's a great carver, a world-class carver, a world-class pattern maker. And we carve these birds from mounts. They're taxidermy mounts, and I happen to have one of these, and it turned out pretty nice. Here we have an old squaw drake. Beautiful bird. Although I'm not a hunter, I have to carve by reference and by study bills and pictures and mounts. And this again is a Mickey Brazil pattern. There are some great pattern makers around here, and I'm not going to say that I have God-given talent. I studied with Mickey, Joy Yaks, John Jones, and that's where they're always free. I have to give any credit I've got for these birds to them, because they gave me all their secrets They're free with and willing and everything else. Okay, here we have a redhead. This is one of the first birds I carved. I guess I carved 7 or 8 cents, but this bird was very good to me when I was showing in the novice division. It floats well. It's a Mickey Brazil pattern. And I guess it was probably the second bird I ever carved. And luck had it, I won a first place ribbon the first time I showed it in the novice division, which made me think, oh gosh, I'm a great carver. But really, the talent was Mickey Brazil's. He's the one who helped me with it. Okay, this is another redhead. This one here is the same pattern as the one you've seen previous, but this was carved by Mickey Brazil. And I got it for Christmas. My son bought it for me for Christmas. Mickey is, like I keep talking all the time, a great carver. This bird won first redhead, best diver, and second best to show in the big California show at San Diego. It's a beautiful bird. It's an alert bird. Its head's a little higher than mine, a little different attitude, but it's painted approximately the same. It's a lovely bird. Okay, here again we have a bluebill hen. It's a nice little bird, relaxed position. I carved it probably a year or so ago. Sent it to many shows, did well with it. Okay, this morning a lady said to me, boy, I wish my husband could do that. Well, there isn't any reason anybody can't carve or paint these birds. All it takes is a little bit of practice and get some instruction from some good instructors. This is a canvasback drake. I carved it this year. I carved 2 of them, this one and one with a different attitude in the head position. It floats good. I took it down to Cleveland. There was a class of probably 30 of them. I don't know as I placed even with it, but I like it. It's a nice bird. Hey, didn't press a button, did you? Okay, here you got another canvasback drake. This one here I showed in Cleveland this year, 93 season, and I did get an honorable mention with this one here. It's a nice bird. A little different attitude in the head position than the other one that showed previous. You see a lot of these down around St. John's Marsh earlier in the year. They're a deep diver. Well, here's a ruddy duck hen. This is what a ruddy duck drake looks like, more or less, after the pluming season. After the breeding season is over with, it turns kind of a color like this. And they're absolutely nothing on land. They just can't walk. They fall over this ground all over the place. Corky Winters and I caught one down on the parking lot and released it down in the river, and I'm bringing another. This is a ruddy duck male, so you can see the difference. And now this male here will look like this more or less after the plumage fades and the eclipse comes and after the breeding season. This is a golden eye drake. And one of my favorites. It's a deep diver. You see they're busy. You've seen a couple of hens I've had out here. I think this is one of my favorite decoys to carve. This one particular pattern is another Brazil pattern. It's been very, very good. I've won many, many firsts with it. It floats real good in the water because it's quite a large bird. And the judges seem to like that attitude. And then I have one that's 1.5 times this size that we use in another type of contest. This is a decorative duck here. It's a John Jones pattern. I did this in '87. It's a decorative. You can see where, maybe you can, with her feathers are all carved in and burnt and then painted. This bird here is in a decorative division. It has to float, but it doesn't have to right itself like the decoys do. The others we call gunning decoys, and this one here is a decorative. It's a nice bird. It's a John Jones pattern. And once again, I want to stress that if it wasn't for these people like Joy Yax, Mickey Brazell, Chuck Christie, John Jones, and them giving their information and talent to us guys, we'd never get any place, because they are great teachers and great guys to work with. Okay, this is a redhead. It's a Hans Bolte pattern. Hans is a great pattern maker and a great carver, a good friend. And this bird here, I got to tell you, I entered one and my son entered one, and he entered a bird by Hans. He beat me. It was his first bird, but this is a nice bird. It floats well. It's a little blockier than some of the birds that the other guys' patterns come from, but it does real well in shows. Okay, here's another redhead. This is the other one to match the one I was telling you about before. I carved two at the same time. Now I can't tell them apart. The only way, I made one head go one way and one head go the other. And to explain a little bit about these, the bill has to be a strong bill. It can't have too much detail on the top, or very little underneath, in fact none underneath. This bird has to take a lot of abuse. The tail has to be 1/4 of an inch thick at least. Some judges do not like us to carve the feathers and the tail in. Some don't mind it. These tertials and primaries are carved on this particular bird, but some the judges want them painted. This is the keel. It's got about, I'd say 8 ounces of lead in here. And they set the bird in upside down. It's got to right itself like this and steady itself. And when it gets in the water, it can't go like this, but it has to go like a real duck. When it make waves, it kind of goes up and down like so instead of Magnum goldeneye drake. I took the pattern and put it in a coffee machine and made it 1.5 times the size of the regular sized duck. Now this duck here is entered in a contest where they take it out into the water, they fling it out of a boat with a line and sinker, and it's like a hunting rig. And the judges are on shore and they watch the action of this bird and see just how well it does. And since my other goldeneye did so great, I made this bird, and we took it to Point Mouillet, which is another place where they have big duck contests. Point Mouillet, Potter's Lake, all over Ohio and Michigan. And they threw this duck out. The guy string wrapped around the guy's leg. The guy slid down the bank, fell in the water, and my duck won 2nd place. So okay, after I look at my decoys and then I want to humble myself, I always get my first decoy out. And this was the first decoy, and Lord was I proud of this thing. I'll tell a friend of mine, says, "What kind of a duck is it?" And I said, "Well, I thought I was doing a canvasback." And he said, "Well, I'll tell you, I'll take you over and show you my canvasback and you can compare them." And when I went over there, I said, "Oh boy, I've got to do a lot of studying." But this was my first one. I keep it to keep myself humble. I did this in an adult education class, gosh, I don't know how many years ago. And Dick Young and Colin Young and Will Wheatley were the instructors there. And they kept our interest up and got us started. And this was, like I say, oh, I was proud of that duck. I still am, because it's my first one. This is a bluebill drake. The attitude of the head of this is what charmed me. The first time I saw it, I was on a calendar. And I liked the attitude. It was a picture of a real bird. And I thought, gosh, I've got to carve that bird because of the head and everything else. I like it, but the judges seem to kind of don't like it. It's won a couple of seconds in third, but that's the best it ever did. But it's a nice bird. It's a bluebill drake. It looks like it's just plain black and gray, but boy, there's many colors in that bird. And a nice bird to carve. This is a ringneck drake, similar to the bluebill. The head shape just a little bit different. It's got a little bit more fluorescence in the head, where this bird has a dark, real dark back that a bluebill doesn't. The bluebill has a little different color in the back. It's a nice diving duck. And I did well with it. I enjoy carving. It takes my mind off everything. People say to me, where do you find the time? Well, I just take time. I let the rest of the world roll by. This is a black duck. It's a relative of the common mallard. You'll see, sometimes people think they're hen mallards, but this is what they call a black duck. You'll see them down at Black River and the boat ramps around, things like that. It's a hard bird to paint. Sometimes it'll come out one way and sometimes it'll come out the other. Okay, I imagine you're tired of looking at ducks, so I brought out some shorebirds. This is a long-billed curlew. You'll see them down around the ocean shores and here and there. I've never seen one up here. I saw a lot of them over in Australia, New Zealand, but they are here in this country along the coast. This has got legs on it, rather, it's kind of a decorative piece. I'm real proud of it. I thought that baby turned out real good. It's carved from one piece of wood. Bill, head, and body are all one piece of wood. And of course, the legs, I bought the legs. I didn't carve the legs. But this bird has won wherever I've shown it in the shorebird class. Okay, here's another shorebird. It's an avocet. And like the other one, it's all carved from one piece of wood. You'll see them along the shores here and there. And it's a decoy. You'll see that it has a stick here. And the people used to use these, put them along the shore with a lot of these old decoys, and they used to hunt these for the meat. Where they found the meat on them, I'll not know, because they're mostly all feathers, but there were market hunters that got them. Okay, this is a pied grebe. It's in the confidence class. It's a jaunty little bird in a tank. And believe it or not, this bird has won first place over my loon, or it'll come in second place against my loon. And it's a cute little bird. I've done a couple of them. In fact, I went to get the other one out and I find that my son liked it so well it's over at his house. But they're fun to carve and they're fun to watch in the water. Okay, also shorebirds are a class by themselves. There's quite a bit of competition in them. This is a little sandpiper or sanderling, whatever you want to call it. You'll see them all over around the ocean, probably around the lake too. I just don't get up around the lake. Here's a ruddy turnstone. Oh no, I beg your pardon. That's a spotted sandpiper. I'm sorry. Now we got the ruddy turnstone. It's a pretty bird. It's hard to paint because it's kind of got so many different colored feathers in it. I hope the camera catches them all. And that's a shorebird decoy. This is another shorebird. This is stilt, black-neck stilt. You can make their different attitudes with them, but I just chose this one here. This is a decoy as well. These are what the market hunters used to sit out in the sand and wait for them to come in droves and just blast. Once in a while you get a little tired of ducks and shorebirds and miscellaneous, and so I go into Santa Clauses, and I also do songbirds. Now here's a grosbeak. They're a beautiful bird. Hard to paint, but they're beautiful when you once get them as close as you can to their colors. That's an evening grosbeak. See a lot of them up north. Oh, I guess there's some around here. I usually see them up north, but these are kind of my favorite. I have several wren houses around the yard here, and right now they're filling up. They're all cleaning out the old nests and everything. It's a house wren. This is a house wren. This is a canyon wren on a piece of driftwood. They're jolly little birds. Oh, they make a lot of racket, a lot of singing. They're fun to have. They're always chirping. Everybody knows what this is. I have several cardinals all day long in my feeder. They go flitting in, take one seed at a time and run out. This is a male cardinal. I take pictures of them and try and get the colors as close as I can. And here we have the female. It just flew in. It's a nice bird. I've painted several of them. Everybody has a different idea of the color on them. One day they look one way and one day they look another color, but this is as close as I could come to it. And they're at my feeder all day long, flitting in and out, making a chirp, chirp, chirp. Okay, here we have a jay. Everybody that looks at it says, boy, old man Childs don't know how a blue jay looks like. Well, that isn't a blue jay. That's a western jay. And I painted it that way and did it because everybody knows a blue jay. And I thought I'd confuse them, which I thoroughly did. But it's a pretty bird. There's a lot of fluorescence in it. I don't know whether it will show now or not. Okay, here's a sparrow and a baby sparrow. Cute little bird. I bought the nest, but carved the birds. Okay, here we have the piece de resistance. Believe it or not, this bird is the biggest thing I've ever carved. It's a full-size mute swan. It's got 3 5x8, 8-foot long timbers in it, believe it or not. And then, of course, I had to mark it, bandsaw it, and then shape it. I took this bird to Cleveland, to the Cleveland show. It won first swan and best of confidence down there. Best of show in the confidence division. It's a beautiful bird. It's got 12.5 pounds of lead in the keel. It is quite heavy, but it floats real well. If somebody wanted to carve something, I wouldn't recommend this. It's too big. It's hard to hold. It's the bill and the head are real nice. And of course it's white with some ochre in it to denote the feathers. There's nothing carved in with it. It's all painted. This is the epic film that I was telling you about. This is the end of it. I didn't carve that fly though that's on that quilt, but that's the biggest thing I've ever carved, and I hope anybody that sees it enjoys this little film.